Hey everyone, welcome to episode 51 of Authentic
51.
Hustle. I'm Kelly Kennedy, joined by my co-hosts Colin Harms and Vijay Swaminathan, coming to you every single week, just chatting the realities of work, the realities of entrepreneurship, the realities of life. No holds barred. We show up, we have authentic conversations, and we just kind of see where they ultimately go. So whether this is your first show with us or your first, thank you for being here. It's an absolute pleasure. Please do carry on with us. Drop comments in the comments side. We will be monitoring LinkedIn as we go through this. So please feel free to let us know what's going on. Keep on with the conversation, and we'll see you on the other side. Colin, how are you doing?
I am doing good. So I heard a stat this morning that most New Year's resolutions are dead by January 15th.
Okay.
So today's, 28th?
Today's the 2-week anniversary of them being dead.
Or the resurrection. Or the resurrection.
Yeah, who knows? Could be there.
Maybe they're coming back, right? But when I heard that, it was pretty good because I was at the gym when I heard it, and I looked around and I'm like, they're right. It's thinned out.
Yeah.
The crowd has thinned out, right? I haven't thinned out. I'm trying to, but the crowd has. Anyway, but it made me think, I'm doing good, man. It's almost the end of January.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited. My businesses are doing good. The weather is ridiculously good. Unfortunately, for the rest of the world, it's not.
Weird. So weird.
We are +9 right now and no snow on the ground.
That's just crazy. Guys, that is crazy for Alberta, Canada.
Yeah. It's so bizarre. And just so many good things on the go. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome.
Good.
I'm, we talked about it ahead of the show. I'm working on launching a brand new show called I Used to Work There. Surprise, it hasn't been super easy getting all the submission, but trust me, we have put safeguards in place. You will be safe. Come share your stories with us. It's super, super fun. And you can find all that information, guys, on my LinkedIn. We don't actually have a show for you yet, but it won't be long. We are right there. We are right on the cusp of releasing that first episode. So I'm really excited for that, Colin. I think that there's like a wide open space for a show that just lets people talk about what happens at work. And I'm really, really pumped to hear some of the stories we're going to get.
Yeah. I think it's super cool. One thing I love about it, and I think you hit the nail on the head there, is people just want to talk about things that are going on. And there's super interesting and super funny things that happen on a day-to-day basis.
And scary. And
scary,
wild,
right?
And like unexplained, which is like my world. I like that world too.
Yeah, you do. Right?
Yeah, I want your Bigfoot stories. Loggers, policemen.
Yeah, Bigfoot's real.
That's right. He's out there somewhere.
Yeah. VJ, what about you? You've been quiet the last week or so. What have you been doing?
Quiet? I was on the show, pretty much like being loud. I think... I never realized it, like when we actually started on this whole journey of like how we were developing Zadwell and how we were reaching out to people and what we were actually doing. A week ago, I had a long presentation. I started with 10 slides. It actually ended up being 115 slides for the company that we actually presented. Like the kind of work actually that we actually built into what the company is today. I think this is a model that we are sharing with how to actually transform the consulting in a way. We are, I think in a long story short, we're just getting started. That's how I feel with Zadwell and with Pathfinders. And I think the journey is just getting started. No, we haven't made the big bucks yet, but I think we have to start somewhere. And we did start somewhere. That journey keeps me going and keeps me motivated. And I see that like the passion and I could see the sparkle in the eyes when we share the message and what we have transferred the whole company into. So that keeps me going. And I'm not going to stop. So I'm a Pathfinder myself. So we are going to be building it strong and one day at a time. That's where I am at.
So just imagine, let me ask you this. If you were to become an employee tomorrow and you work, say 9 to 5, what would you do at 5:01?
At 5:01?
Yeah, you're done work at 5. What would you do at 5:01?
Start making the calls.
See? That's the thing. It was a trick question. No matter how stressful, like get into business, they said. It'll be fun, they said, right? No matter how stressful, no matter how many things we go through, I don't think you can take that out of a person, right? Because I'm the same, right? Like my wife's like, do you ever turn off? And I'm like, well, I need a switch in the middle of my back where she can just flip it down and I just go, brr.
But then you lose all of Colin too.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Because it's just like, no, I was born to go. That's what I think it is. And I really enjoy it, actually.
Yeah. I know. I'm the same way, dude. Like I gotta like lose my phone for a few hours a day. Otherwise I'm on it.
Yeah.
There is no off, man.
Yeah.
There just isn't. Like if you're an entrepreneur, it's really, really hard to turn off. And I think like for a lot of people, they'll hear what I'm saying if they're not entrepreneurs and they'll be like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain. Like I can't explain it to you. It will just happen. And you will have like, you'll be like, oh, like I'm thinking about work all the time. Or I'm thinking about that thing that I'm missing or that I should get done or that I didn't quite finish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that it's like hard. Like the point is like, I'm not saying that this is like a hard thing. It's like, I genuinely want to do those things. I genuinely want to get that post out, get that new creative done, make that show, help that client, book that meeting. Like I genuinely want to keep doing those things. And so it becomes a part of who you are.
I've noticed too, just the beginning of this year, I've really concentrated on, I guess, having a clean slate. At the end of the day, I want to have a clean slate. Like I don't want to have things that I just didn't get to because of me. And so I start the next day fresh. And that's the first time in my life, I admit it. Like I've always had something that I didn't finish or I didn't quite get there. Or I put in my bag and I'm going to take home and deal with later. And I never do. Now it's like, okay, I've done that and I'm winning at it. And it's a little weird because I'm finding, like you said, I have to learn to put my phone down. I have to learn to be, I'm not that, like being present is a weird saying to me, but I think I'm learning to be present. Like I'm being there when I'm at home because I don't have to yet do one more thing. And I think the biggest part was when you don't finish something, it's not done, right? Regardless of putting it down and not doing it.
Sure.
Which is kind of different from just not having it to do. Like I love it. And then I'm starting the next day. And what I've found I'm doing is making better decisions. Mm-hmm. And I'm working on projects better. Like they're getting all of me, right? As opposed to pieces of me. Like when I go back and I'm like, okay, I'll deal with this for a couple minutes and then I'll switch and then I'll deal with this for a couple minutes. Getting all of me into a project I've learned for myself is so much better. And my results are and even for my clients and my customers, I can see it, how things are getting done and how they're reacting. It's just a whole lot better.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And I keep hearing that I think you should start a podcast.
Yes.
It sounds like you got some time on your hands, Colin.
Shoot. I didn't even put the water wings on. I just started walking right into the deep end on that one. True.
No, you don't need to follow our path if you don't want to.
Well, no. I'm going to. But that's part of it is, you know what? So 28 days in, and I'm being very cognizant of the days, right? And where I'm at in the year, because I don't know where it was I heard is everybody always waits for the next year to start over. And they said, well, you don't know when your last day is. So your next year starts today. And
that's true.
I'm like, ooh, that's morbid, but true, right?
Yeah.
So every day I can set new goals and new resolutions or whatever they are. And guess what? Tomorrow's January 1st.
For those of you who don't know, Colin's friends with a funeral director. And he says things like that.
Kind of like when I was trying to come up with the title for his podcast.
Yeah.
The Dead Center, right?
The Dead Center.
Yeah. It's kind of like
the end is nigh.
Yeah. And so everybody knows I introduced this fella to Kelly, and then Kelly did bring him down the right path.
What can I say? I like helping podcasts.
Yeah. So
no, it's super, super cool. I'm so happy for you, dude. I really am, because it's like I've only seen a very small part of your journey. Now, at the end of the day, we've known each other now. The
3
BDP
years?
is celebrating our 3 years next.
Yeah.
Is it next week or the week after? We're real friggin' close.
Next week.
Next Friday is 3 years of the Business Development Podcast. And I think I've known you for at least 2 3/4 of those
just
3
shy
years.
of that. Like episode 21 or something like that.
So I guess what I'm suggesting here is I haven't known you super long, but in the time I've known you, the strides you've made have been just unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Including introducing you to the funeral director.
Right. Exactly. You never know when you need one.
So VJ, I'll bring you up to speed on that one. I have a friend who owns a funeral home, and I was having lunch with him. And through that lunch, he said he's going to start a podcast for other funeral directors. And I'm like, well, I know a guy. Anyway, so
yeah,
cool. What about you guys?
I mean, he's the guy, the podfather after all.
That's what I said.
And I mean, you speak to Kelly the 7th minute, the conversation is like, okay, are you starting a podcast? Why don't you start a podcast? I mean, like,
you've proven natural. You can do it. We're a year into this one. Come on.
Right. Here's how the conversation goes. So, Colin, what do? I collect grocery carts at Save on Foods. You should start a podcast called The Collector.
Dude, you should start a podcast called Collector. Seriously, you should. Like, for those of you who don't know, Colin is an insane collector of cool memorabilia.
That's true.
Literally, like, you need to do more shows from your house so that we can always see the ET bike behind you.
The ET bike and the other things. It is.
That would be a cool show. You should consider that.
Yeah. I'll start Blue Sky first.
Who needs this Blue Sky stuff? Just give us ET all day long.
Right. The ET and the creepy ET doll too. And my kids can say, Dad, that doll is so creepy. I'm like, well, it's not really a doll. Like dolls you hold.
This thing's made out of plastic, kind of hard.
That's right. It's kind of gross.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we're heading into our full year of this show. And it's been such a good time. Like, it really has. Like, Authentic Hustle, it has heart. It has soul. It's just a good time to come on and have conversations. And so for the people that are listening, maybe this is your first time. Like, this is pretty much what it is most of the time. We are just kind of riffing and talking about stuff. And there are some hard episodes. And there are some ones that are a little more lighthearted. But at the end of the day, we do tend to come around to the important things, I think, is really what it comes down to. And one of the things that I wanted to maybe come around to today was I actually had an incredible conversation with hypnotist Wayne Lee. For those who don't know him, he's from the Edmonton area, and he's actually world renowned. He's performed around the world. And he does exceptional shows. But what we were talking about is he actually works alongside, he does performance coaching hypnotism, I guess you would call it. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but what he was suggesting was, and I wanted to maybe riff it with you guys a little bit. What he was suggesting is that most of the time, people's challenges are simply stemming from the automatic negative programming that they're running every single day. And many people are not even aware that it's running. And it's super, super interesting because he said, like, really, sometimes just flipping a couple words around or just finding something where you just shift the frame a little bit can have such a monumental impact on people. Like, because one of the things that we were talking about was he was talking about people who were trying to get more healthy. And he said that what you almost have to do is like talk to them and say, like, I live a healthy, happy lifestyle. I am a happy, healthy person. And if that's what you believe about yourself, your actions will become congruent to it. So a lot of what we need to do is, first off, I'm not being super accurate to this. So I just want to like preface, Wayne Lee can speak about this way better than I can. But what he was suggesting ultimately was, if we can believe that we are something, we will become that thing.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100%. I listened to it this morning, and it actually brought me to thinking, one of my daughters had to give a presentation in university and super stressed and had a lot of anxiety about it. And so she went to see a hypnotist and she aced it. Like, seriously. Like, it.
Wow.
At first I was like, oh no, like he's going to snap his fingers. She's going to be balking like a chicken or, right? You are a chicken, that type of thing. And it wasn't that at all, right? It was more, I don't even know what you want to say, a mind shift or whatever. And it really helped her and taught her how to calm down and do things. And she did really well after that in school. So,
yeah. Well, I interviewed Jake Carls, last year, and he had mentioned that he'd hurt his back, and he was like, he went into this negative mind frame spiral, and it was going really, really, really bad. He was genuinely scared, and he went and saw a hypnotist, and he tried it out, and he said it absolutely changed his life. It completely changed his life, got him back on track, and obviously anybody who knows Jake Carls, he's doing pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
I think there's something to it.
Yeah. There's VJ. What are you thinking?
Yeah. No, it's true actually. I mean, you believe it will happen because single thing that ever happened in my life, I think I believe that it will happen, and it happened actually. I mean, all my career, it happened like that, and I wanted to travel more. I traveled more. I wanted to see more places. I saw more places. I wanted to speak to more people. I started speaking to more people. Then somewhere along the way, after spending too much time in corporate, I felt like a lot of the surface level conversation is not going anywhere. How are you doing? Okay, good. Merry Christmas back to you. Happy New Year. There's no real conversation happening. So then I want to have real conversation. Then I started having real conversation. Then I thought how can I scale that? That's how the podcast happened. And Kelly said, you should also think about it. And you inspired me big time, dude. You know that already. So that's how I think every single thing that happened, at least for me, I believe and it will happen. I think it's the same for others. You believe and it will happen. And for a long time with my company, for the 3, 4, 5 years ago, I said, no, this is not right. This is not the way to do consulting. This is not the way to do consulting. I kept beating around the bush for a long time. Then I was able to figure out a way and how to convert that into a sellable nugget that people can actually consume and enjoy using that actually. So that's, I think every single thing, you have to believe it and it will happen. Along the way, you have a lot of journeys and lessons that you learn from others. Like when you speak to people, shout out to Stephen Langer, who wrote a book, Coherence Compass. I'm reading that. I'm enjoying it. Book. It's a great book. I'm enjoying it. I'm right in the middle of it. But I mean, those are the kind of conversation that moves people in the right direction. And I think the first starting step is to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in ourselves, who else will believe for ourselves? I don't think there's a better person.
100%. Right? That's right. Yeah.
Like confidence is so critical in everything you do. You don't have to have all the answers, but you have to believe you can.
Yeah. And then this show right here, we thought we'll start with 5 shows, Kelly, or call it like
10.
10
I
shows.
think we agreed on 10 and reconvened to check.
Right. Yeah. Kelly, I've always, when you said confidence is everything, I can't remember where it came from. Someone said, even if you don't know what you're talking about, as long as you're confident, it'll sound good.
As long as you sound like you know what you're doing, you must know what you're doing. Yeah. Actually, speaking of that was one of the things that came up in my conversation with Wayne Lee. He was literally saying, he said, listen, what if you were to come to one of my hypnotist shows, but I didn't hop up on stage? Somebody else hopped up on stage and just started pretending they were me. But what they were doing was working. Does that mean that it's not real? And it was like, well, I guess if it's working, right? Like on the one hand, he was literally saying, he's like, if somebody's up there hypnotizing people, simply repeating what I'm doing, but doing it, is it not real? And it's like, of course it's real. Yeah. So confidence.
Yeah.
Even if you're pretending, confidence.
Yeah, just be confident, right? And VJ, like you said, it kind of goes both ways, which sounds funny, but if you believe it, you can achieve it, right? That's kind of corny. But once you've achieved it, you can believe for even more.
Yeah.
Right? That's what builds the confidence. The confidence is built once you've done it, once you've succeeded, right? Once you've won at whatever it is, you know you can win again. The hardest part is getting to that first win, right? Getting past that. Like you said, is you had how many slides? Like 115 or whatever when you're doing that presentation?
I started with 7 slides. I thought, okay, I'm done, actually. Yeah. Then by the time I actually finished, it was 115 slides. Wow.
So you think about it, though, is had you not had one slide, right? Had you not had one presentation with 7 slides, you would never get to that, right? That 115 slides you had was the experience and the confidence that you could carry into that meeting, right? And that's why you're successful at it. So like anything we do, right? We just carry, I love that Kelly said that, and the mindset is I get more and more confident in kind of what I was saying earlier. The more focus I give to something, right, the better the result. Well, the more focus is the more confidence I have, right?
Yeah.
The more confidence I have in what I'm doing, the better the results going to come out on the other end.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if, you know, what I mean, and I know there's a lot of people who don't believe it happened, but I do. Think about in, the 60s, JFK, I want to say it was like 61, 62, stands up on a podium and says, by the end of this decade, Americans will put a man on the moon. Period. Full stop.
Yep.
Like they had no idea how they were going to do that.
Yeah.
The technology simply didn't even exist yet to do that. But what it was a declaration that we can do it and we are going to do it and we are going to figure it out. I would argue that that declaration is almost the most important part in getting anything done because almost anything, like you said, Colin, is achievable. You just have to work out the steps to do it.
Yep.
Step one is declaring you're actually going to do something and meaning it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the hardest part. I think people get beat down or have been told they can't do something or they're not going to win or they're not the right person for it. No slam on corporate, but you get stuck in your cubicle, right? And one day you get a corner office with a window, right? At least you get to look out. That's kind of horrible, right? I wonder where they're going. Well, somewhere you're not, that's for sure. But do you know what I mean? Like it's a matter of, how do I say it? Just simple, right? Believe it, you can achieve it, go after it, hustle hard, the grind, get into business. It'll be fun, they said, right? But at the end of the day, so I'll use an example. Very, very simple. Yeah. Yesterday, I had to meet a TELUS guy at my house and they give you the crazy window of 1 to 3. And anyway, so beautiful weather here. We're having this insane, beautiful weather. So I met the guy. After that, you know what I said? I could go back to my office. I could go back and do whatever. There's always something I could do. Or I can just go walk my dog. So I took 45 minutes to walk my dog in the middle of the afternoon.
Nice.
As I was walking, very, very cognizant of this is freedom to me.
Yeah.
Right? I'm able to do this. I didn't need my phone. I left it. I just went. I enjoyed the day because I spent so many years looking out the window going, wow, sure is nice out there.
Yeah.
I bet that person's enjoying the weather that just walked by.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got office air, right? That type of thing. So having the confidence to get where you want to go and knowing that you can get there is a huge one, right? Like VJ, you know where you want to get to, right? And like you said, or Kelly, where you were a year ago, where we were a year ago, right? We wanted to get to 10 shows, but we all knew we'd do more than 10 shows. Did we know we'd do 51?
I think so.
Right? Did you know we'd do 51? Maybe not, right?
No.
And so here we are, right? Here we are, 51. Next week, we're rolling over a year. Part of that for me has really instilled a lot in me, right? That it's every Wednesday. We're going to do this. We're going to do it no matter what. We're going to promote it. We're going to be present. What's Colin's word for the day? Present.
Yeah. Well, and let's talk about that because it's taken a year to get to where we are today. We were talking right before the show. We did 50,000 views of our clips last month. Last 28 days. 50,000 views, people. I know, it's hard to believe for us too.
It was all me.
But once again, that's just how long it took, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing happens fast,
right?
But everything moves forward.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the important thing is like, it's probably going to take longer than you expected, but I think you're going to be happy with where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Right.
Sorry, I just want to kind of pause off here one sec. I wanted to talk briefly about the moon stuff because that's freaking amazing. I love the fact that we've gone to the moon. I still look up at the moon and I'm like, I can't believe we've been there. Freaking Artemis. Have you guys been following the NASA stuff with the Artemis 2 mission?
No.
They are sending a team of people to the moon. I don't think they're landing this time, but they're going to the moon. I think they're going to circle it and come back. And I imagine they'll be landing on the next one. But we're going back to the moon in like potentially 10 days.
Oh, yeah, I did know that. Yes.
First time in like 50 some years.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I love space.
Yeah.
Speaking of moon, I have a moon stat if I can
talk
about
please.
So one thing about the future of like the computer generation, the AI world that we're living in, I saw an interesting concept in terms of like, because when you have to deploy a data center, One is it needs a lot of power, electricity, and number two, it's just like needs a lot of cooling power also.
Yeah.
So the number one electricity source worldwide, I mean, millions of gigawatts of like energy that's like running nonstop day after day is the solar energy, and that's not stopping anywhere. Even if an entire planet were to come and like kind of block it, it's going to keep running nonstop for billions of years, right? So the idea is to put a data center in the moon, and they're already working on it. I think Google and few other companies are working on it. I really found it interesting because they're going to have the data center facing the side of the sun, right? That's going to get nonstop energy all the time.
Yep.
And have the actual servers in the data center on the side of the cooling side of the moon, so that they don't have to worry about cooling all these data centers. So either way, it's a win-win. Actually, you get free energy at the same time. You also get to cool it.
Yeah.
So that's what I learned last week. I found it interesting. That's the little moon stat I have for the nerd I am. So sorry.
That's amazing. But do you think that they've looked at the surface of the moon?
I have not been there, Kelly.
No, I mean, like, have you not seen the surface of the moon? It's like pocked full of craters. I can't imagine putting anything there and not having it just destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what will happen actually, but they are already talking about powering the satellites from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think moon is just a natural next step. I don't know. They have to do some protections in terms of like making sure the panels are not getting destroyed. Of course, they have to do all that due diligence. But I found it interesting in terms of like how we can optimize the energy utilization in a way. Because here, like we have to like keep. They're trying to put it under the seabed to cool it and do all different gigs. But that's something I learned last week. Found it to be interesting. But like Artemis, I knew nothing about it. So they are sending. Is it a manned mission again?
It's a manned mission. It's a manned mission. The first manned mission to the moon in over 50 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
I told my kids, I'm like, we're going back to the moon. They're like, Dad, that's so lame. Who cares? I'm like, trust me, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Our kids' generation, they're just not impressed by anything if it's not Fortnite.
Yeah. They've just had the opportunity to see so much, right? Whether it's real or not.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And a lot of the stuff they're seeing is not real.
True. Right. That's the scary part of news or whatever. And I'm kind of shutting it off just because I don't know if I read a headline if it actually happened or not.
That's like we are literally going to end up in a time, not to freak people out, but we are really going to end up in a time where like having critical judgment, being able to truly know what is not real and what is real is going to be incredibly hard. And I don't think that we know what to do about that yet.
No, I don't. Okay, fellas, 1 minute, 59 seconds. VJ, 20 seconds.
Yeah,
go.
I just have something like I want to go to the extreme negative end of it and come back positive if I can do that.
Sure.
So one thing is with the advancement of technology, we have like the WhatsApp and the emails and everything. It has actually enabled more communication, connecting people. Nokia said it a decade ago or 2 decades ago. And it was actually, we were able to connect with more people. But at the same time, we found it extremely difficult to have a conversation person next to you. I found that both happening. I don't know, literally, right? Because it was difficult to talk to the person, sitting next to you, right? But you can talk to a person like 10,000 kilometers away, just like that. Bringing back, I think podcast actually kind of is the bridge.
Yeah.
Right? You can still have those authentic quality conversations with nuance and details, and it's extremely positive. It's actually uplifting, and you're actually This is like a therapy session. You and I have both
every week,
and like
30-minute therapy session.
And you know why that is? Because I'd like to welcome you guys to the Blue Sky Method. That's what this is.
Method. Woo!
There we go. So kudos to podcasters and all the podcast content that's happening around the world. So that's what I want to share as the closing comment today.
Well, Colin, why don't you lead us out?
All right. Thanks, everybody. This is episode 51, Authentic Hustle. And thanks for tuning in. And thank you, all of our millions of listeners and viewers. We appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Later, hustlers.
Signing out, Colin Hobbs.